Next, I will show how to apply the 1 proportion z procedure to test a statistical claim about a population proportion. Consider the following example. The ABC News poll was conducted on March 18, 2020 among a random national sample of 512 adults. In the poll, 282 Americans approve of the president's management of the crisis. At 10% significance level, test the claim that the majority of the Americans approve the president's management of the crisis. First, let's note that the proportion of the sample is 282 divided by 512, which is 55.08%. Now, let's identify the statistical claim that needs to be tested. The claim is that the majority of the Americans approve. It is not obvious, but the claim is about the population proportion being greater than 50%. So we can symbolically express the claim as p greater than 0.50. Since the claim is about the population proportion, we will use the 1 proportion z procedure. Before we begin the 1 proportion z procedure, let's check if all necessary assumptions are satisfied. The sample must be assumed simple random. If not, then the results of the test are invalid. The central limit theorem must be applicable, so the number of positive and negative responses must both be greater than 10. In this case, the number of positive responses is 282, and the number of negative responses is 230, which are both greater than 10. We will use the following template to perform the hypothesis testing. In step 1, we will set up the hypothesis. In step 2, we will identify the significance level. In step 3, we will find the test statistic using the formula. In step 4, we will perform either the critical value approach or p-value approach to test the claim. In step 5, we will draw the conclusion, and finally in step 6, we will interpret the results. Since our claim p is greater than 1/2 is in the form of an inequality, we are going to set it up as an alternative hypothesis. Therefore, the null hypothesis, which is always in the form of an equation, must be p equals 0.5. So the test is right-tailed. Step 1 is complete. The significance level can always be found in the statement of the problem. In our case, it is 10%. Step 2 is complete. The test statistic can be computed using the formula. In our case, the test statistic Z0 is equal to 2.30. Step 3 is complete. Next, we will test the hypothesis using two different approaches, the critical value and the p-value. In critical value approach, we construct the rejection region. In this approach, we need to know the significance level alpha and the type of the test. We draw the rejection region under the standard normal probability density curve, according to the type of the test. So right-tail test will have the rejection region in the right tail. The region must have the area equal to the significance level 10%. The left boundary of the region is the critical value Z 0.10, which is equal to 1.28. So the entire region can be described as all the values to the right of 1.28. In p-value approach, we compute the p-value. In this approach, we need to know the test statistic and the type of the test. We find the p-value using the standard normal probability density curve according to the type of the test. So in the right-tail test, the p-value is the area to the right of the test statistic. Symbolically, it can be expressed as probability of z being greater than 2.30, which is 0.011. Next, we are going to decide whether to reject or not reject the null hypothesis. In the critical value approach, we must check whether the test statistic is in the rejection region or not. Our test statistic is 2.30, and it is to the right of the critical value 1.28. Thus, it is in the rejection region. In the p-value approach, we must check whether the p-value is less than the significance level or not. Our p-value is 0.011, and it is less than alpha. Both tests suggest that we do reject the null hypothesis in favor of the alternative. Next, we are going to interpret the results. Interpretation. Under 10% significance level, we have sufficient evidence to suggest that the majority of the Americans approve the president's management of the crisis. The hypothesis test is complete. I just showed how to apply the 1 proportion z procedure to test a statistical claim about a population proportion.